Good day, viewers, and welcome you to another exciting edition of the Hardboard Broadcast, where we give you an in-depth analysis from the world of politics, culture, entertainment, business, and education. And on this edition, we are having an exclusive chat with Professor Abdullahi Ibrahim Musa, the Vice Chancellor, Kaduna State University. With him, we have the presence of Director Academic Planning, Professor Awal Abdul Salam, and Director Admission and Exam, Dr. Musa Umar Suleiman. Good to have you, sir.
Good day, how are you?
I am Lazarus Joshua, your moderator, and with me here are my colleagues, Onifade Motrayo Esther and Ibrahim Mohammed Mustafa. Before we start on the program, here is a brief biography of Professor Abdullahi Ibrahim Musa. Professor Abdullahi Ibrahim Musa is committed to transforming Kaduna State University into a world-class institution focused on applied science and sustainability. He holds PhD in library science from Imperial University, Kansas, and Master of Business Administration from Bayero University, Kano. Before becoming the Vice Chancellor, he served as the University Librarian. His leadership over the years has emphasized on teamwork, inclusivity, and collaboration, aiming to enhance academic excellence, research, and partnership. He is committed to merit-based decisions that benefit both the university and the society at large. Professor, it's an honor to have you with us today.
I'm glad that you are here.
Professor, before we begin, sir, can you give us a brief insight of how long you've been serving in Kaduna State University?
I came to Kaduna State University since 2017. So if you do the math, 2017 and now, roughly about 8 years.
6 years. Wow, this is really a milestone achieved that you are now the Vice Chancellor of Kaduna State University. So, sir, since you resumed office in 2022 as the Vice Chancellor, how has your experience in the office of the Vice Chancellor been?
A rewarding experience. Rewarding in the sense that there are a lot of challenges in trying to move and reform an institution. And it is these challenges in life that I cherish. It is these challenges in life that open up opportunities. It is these challenges in life that will make a leader to further improve his experiences, especially if a leader is focused in transforming institutions. So that's fine.
You are really a leader that is focused in transforming institution. I can vividly remember that Kaduna State University was never placing exams results on the portal. Instead, it was pasted on every notice board at the department. But coming into office, that transformation really changed and digitalized. But before I go into our questions, I would like to give an insight about a survey we made, which is regarding NELFON and other scholarship. And according to the survey, the student survey, 93% of students are aware of NELFON, but only 24% of these students ever applied. Among applicants, nearly 60% reported slow disbursement as their biggest challenge, with others citing missing records in the process of applying, unresolved balances, and delay in refunds of overpayments. In light of this, how is the university strengthening its collaboration between NELFON and other scholarship boards to ensure that financial aid truly reaches the student it is meant for?
Okay, first of all, let me begin by saying that Kaduna State University is about the only university that has a full-fledged office directly under the office of the Vice Chancellor, that is in charge of coordinating scholarship and financial aid, both at local, regional, and national level. We have a full-fledged office for that. And this was established when we came into office about 2 years ago. Secondly, a cardinal principle of this administration is to ensure transparency and to follow due processes. Nelson came into being without proper procedures on how these monies can be disbursed. So initially, we had this delay principally because we are awaiting policies and procedures to be put in place. And after discussion with NEL Fund, all of the gray areas were straightened out. And we did establish a NEL Fund Dex officer at the bursary department that does nothing but to process NEL Fund disbursement to beneficiaries. And it is in this light that I'm happy to inform you that Kaduna State University is among the very few universities that were commended by NEL Fund, by regulatory agencies that give oversight to how these funds were disbursed. And just to portray what I said with figures, as at last week, over 467 million naira were disbursed to students. Since the commencement of NEL Fund, scholarship and loan scheme came into being. And as of now, I think we have disbursed more than 99% of the fund.
But Professor, coming back to the issue of delay of refunds by students who made payments before they got the NEL Fund funds, they've reported that there is slow of refunds. Some of them, they are yet to even get the refund. How is the university trying to quicken this process in the sense that they will be able to get the fund? Because students are always in need of financial assistance.
Yes, as I told you before, we had initial difficulty awaiting procedures and policies to be put in place. And once that was done, we tried to hasten the processes of disbursement and refund by employing a full-fledged staff to be in charge of NEL Fund matters. And if there were complaints before, I'm telling you that has been addressed.
Sir, your tenure has given room for receipt examination, and according to our survey, only 36% of students said they are familiar with this receipt policy. And of those, we have 95% who agree that the policy is fair and supportive. But however, there are still complaints of the fee being high, that is 10,000 naira per course. And there are also complaints of cluster timetable and delay in releasing results. So my question is, what bold reforms is the university introducing to make this receipt process fairer and more transparent, and to genuinely be supportive of academic progress?
Okay, first of all, let me make it very clear that Kaduna State University is very much sensitive to the needs of students. This is the first time since the inception of the university that receipt exams of this nature ever took place. And these receipt exams didn't come by accident. It came as a result of periodic interaction we used to have with the students to identify some of the welfare needs and how the university management can give support to students. As usual, everything good at the beginning. If you want to introduce something new, it will come with some attendance problems and challenges. And immediately after the completion of the receipt exams, myself and my management team met to look at the success stories we recorded and the challenges that came as a result of the receipt. We catalog all of the success stories and the challenges, and I assure you that we are looking to see that in future receipt exams more than seamless.
Would there be any consideration from the management in reducing the cost of the fee per courses? Because some students are complaining that the fee is high, which is 10,000 per course. So, is there any consideration from the management to lessen the cost for each courses?
As I said, we are very sensitive to the needs of the students, depending on the financial situation of the university. If there is a way we can further subsidize the fees, we'll be more than glad to do.
So, sir, yet again on the receipt examination, is there a way the university can actually extend this opportunity not just to final year student or spillover student, but to other levels such as level 2, level 3, so that it will be supportive to students while also generating income for the university?
Yeah, as I said, we are very much sensitive to students. On a monthly basis, we meet with student leaders to hear their feelings about happenings in the university. And we also go around, we speak to students. Yesterday, it may interest you to know that I was in school 11 p.m. to see how the lighting situation on campus is. We are busy fixing 300 street lights all across the campus. So the idea is, if such a need arises, the management will look into it and see the possibilities of doing it vis-a-vis the existing policies we have in terms of academic issues.
Okay, sir. As a non-bias based media, which is Article Media, that is a brand, sir, we are thinking that we were not just focused on the needs of the student. We are also outlining the contribution of the school as well. So, sir, we've highlighted the problems which we've brought to the officer, and we also highlighted the way forward. So some of the students have suggested, and even ourselves, we've did surveys, and then that is on our back end. And we were thinking that, what if that is on clustering examination timetable, right? Is it possible that instead the receipt examination that came, right, to see how students could pass the exam they failed. Meanwhile, some students are still complaining that they are having more than 2 exams a day, or even 3, sir, more than 3, sir. So can the university see to it and see that students actually have maybe each exam a day, just so they could skate through, sir?
So first of all, Ibrahim, let me make a little bit of correction. There is no media that is not biased. But as I said, we will look into the possibilities of improving our workings. We provide oversight even to ourselves. Yeah.
Thank you so much. On hostel challenges now, according to our reports, right, only 15.2% respondents live in hostels, while 84.8% avoid them, mainly due to high fees, lack of space, and poor maintenance, especially in Kapuri campus. So, what is the university's long-term vision to see that student housing is being looked to in terms of affordability and safety?
So let me correct you. We don't have a hostel in Kakuri. Yes. And in terms of significant percentage of students not living on campus, that is a global phenomenon. No school. I have traveled widely. The significant percentage of students live off campus. Housing issue is a global problem, not only among institutions of higher learning, but housing is a big problem. There is housing deficit everywhere. But nevertheless, for us in Kasum, we have been doing all we can to ensure that we improve access to hostel accommodation by students. We are building 200 bed space in our permanent site right now. And then through the intervention of TED Fund, an additional hostel is about 60% completed. And just 3 days ago, the NIMASA has donated hostel accommodation at our permanent site. So 3 days ago, they just brought all of the facilities required. They had finished the main building. So I assure you, in the next few months, by the time we move to permanent site, our students will have more than enough hostel. So probably we'll be subletting the hostel to other institutions around.
That would be really nice to see the student have a very comfort environment where they stay and also study. Moving forward to examination processes, criteria. Many students describe the admission as stressful and slow, sometimes influenced by favoritism, which is a global issue, not just in Kaduna State University, but other universities across the country. How will the university rebuild this trust in its admission processes so that it is faster, easier, and transparent?
Okay, first of all, again, let me correct you. The admission portal is not managed by Kaduna State University. The admission portal is managed by JAM. And JAM has its policy on admission that is binding on every single institution that admits through JAM. And you cannot bypass the system. If it says 10% on national merit, you cannot bypass that. You can't bypass the portal. So admission in institutions, which Kaduna State University is not different, goes this way. Certain percentage on national merit, certain percentage on state merit, certain percentage on catchment area, certain percentage on educationally less disadvantaged states. That's the way it goes. And if you try to bypass the system, the portal won't allow you access. So probably you need to enlighten those who don't know about
this. That is why we're having this interview, so that they will hear directly from the horse's mouth on how this is being done.
Sorry, to the director of academic planning. We've had students complaining that CASU's academic calendar was once fast, but they complain that presently the academic process has been slow. They are expecting like having 3 sessions in a year. So we want to know, are there any steps that have been taken to streamline the university's calendar so that students can graduate on time without any unnecessary delay?
Well, the academic calendar comes before the commencement of every semester, and it's like a budget. It's a projection. Really, the university management has a zero tolerance for extension of academic calendar. Has a zero tolerance for not, aligning every faculty, every college not aligning with it. But along the way, you might have some unexpected issue. Like in the 2004-2005 academic calendar, we experienced some pocket of industrial action by the academic staff. Yes. The university management is so smart and proactive enough to adjust the calendar in such a way that it will not, spill into another year. And that is what we are operating. And Kaduna State University is the first university to manage the 9 months strike in 2001-2002 by merging 2 sessions together. If you interview our students, we've not lost any admission year, and all our students, though it was a big burden for the lecturers, for the management, but we're able to manage the situation today. So we've not missed any session, and our calendar, as far as the university is concerned, is going on well. Ideally, the calendar is supposed to be ending in November or in October, and then new sessions begin. But there might be 1, 2, or 3 weeks issues. Like in the last session, there was an election, which it's a federal, it's a
Yes.
national issue. All systems were shut down. So these are the only issues that normally trigger with our academic calendar, not our academic calendar, of course.
Right. Now, moving to students' welfare. When during the course of our survey, when we were rating welfare, 44% of the students said the welfare was average and 19 rated it poor. The top concerns include weak Wi-Fi, that is especially in Kakuri, and poor lectures or limited healthcare. And speaking of this limited healthcare, a student commented, and I quote, that when she was sick and went to the clinic, they told her to go back to her father for paracetamol, which is why she rated the healthcare poor. And also, we are talking about lack of counseling awareness, transportation issues, delayed results. However, students still commended the improved campus security. So now we want to know, how does the university intend to redesign welfare services to ensure to meet these realities of students like daily? How does the university how do they intend to redesign welfare service to meet the realities of students like today?
So as I said before, the whole focus of Kaduna State University is to achieve excellence, and we can't achieve excellence if we are not student-centered. In whatever we do is focused at improving services for both students and teaching and non-teaching staff. Our internet access has improved significantly across campuses. And just yesterday, I met with the director of ICT. We are planning to extend internet access to the student hostel. Yeah, this is as a result of our interaction with the chief security officer, who informed us that in the night, some female students used to leave hostel to locations where they can access internet, which we feel is not too good. So just yesterday, we met, and we are exploring ways in which we can do that in the next few days, not weeks. Yes, in terms of sending internet services to Kakuri campus, I know we do have. Yeah, so all it requires is for us to put in additional access points. Yeah, and as I told you before, it's also on the pipeline.
It's still coming back to student welfare, the issue of counseling and awareness. Many students don't even know that there's a counseling unit in Kaduna State University. What steps can the university take in order to sensitize students that there's a counseling unit whereby if you have a problem when it comes to your academics, they can actually go there, discuss, and improve, because student, when you are not mentally stable, it automatically affects your academic performance.
In terms of counseling, we have put a lot of programs in place, part of which we receive funding from Fed Fund to come up with a counseling center. And our work is ongoing. It's about 95% completed. It's located near the social science faculty. So very soon it will be launched. And last year throughout, we had a professional counselor that we employed, who came in to train and retrain our staff on that. And I also know that in the last 6 months, we employed 3 counselors. Yes, so we are pulling all these resources together in a way that we can have a very robust counseling unit, fully staffed with professionals, and all of the necessary aids that will promote counseling on campus.
And that is a very commendable move by the university, sir. But then, significant number of students, in conclusion, sir, significant number of students complain from Kakuri campus that transporting from Kakuri down to the main campus to attend lectures first we are even transport consuming. So, sir, is will the university consider this and provide a subsidized transportation scheme for the students? Sir?
We have already provided one. Yes, they are working on the modalities on how the vehicle can be sustained. We don't want a situation whereby by the time we allocate the vehicle, after 1 week, 2 weeks, it will be grounded. So already the transport officer has a dedicated vehicle for that. So we asked them to come up with a 3 pricing formula for the management to choose one.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very
Thank you,
much, sir.
Thank you, Professor, for your time and insight today. It's been a pleasure having you on the Hardboard Broadcast, and we hope to see you some other time. We are still coming back to you. Thank you to our viewers for stay connected to Hardboard Media for more exclusive conversation with leaders and policymakers. Do well to follow us on all our social media handles at Hardboard Media. Goodbye for now.
So they have tried very
Yeah,
much.
really.
They have
Thank you
tried
very much, sir.
Yeah.
The issues they brought.
Yeah,
They are very topical. Yes.
Sir, sorry, before we do, here is the report that we need, and we love that massive process and get
I'm happy most of these things we have been discussing.